Okay, so I'm going to show you how to install the absolute black chainrings on your Dura-Ace crank. These fit on the 105, they fit on the 9000, pretty much any 11-speed Shimano, they're probably going to fit on there. So first of all, you've got to get the big ring, and see that little shaved off section there? See how it's different? That's shaved off. It's a little shark fin. We're going to put that on the crank, like so. There you go. So that's going to be the top right. All right, so you've got your crank arm pointing at 3 o'clock on your bike, then you're going to see like that little wavy bit there. All right, so that's how it works. All right, so with these Dura-Ace ones and the Ultegras, it's got that wave built in, but the Ultegra, some of the older stuff, doesn't. So that's how it's got to sit anyway. All right, it's got to prepare that one earlier. So the big ring goes on first, that wave sits in the top right like that. Then we're going to flip the crank around and we will have the little ring, the 34. Now see there's like a little nub here, a little nodule. There's only one of those on the chainring. That's going to go under the crank. It's going to be hidden under the crank. But which side do you put it on? Which side do you put it on? You put it on the side where it's got those little octopus tentacles, suckers things. So the suckers, imagine they're suckers, all right? They're going to suck it out, suck the power out of your climb. You're going to put those on the inside. You've got the inside like that. So that's how easy it is. And so you can see that gap there. They're like spaces. They're like inbuilt spaces. See them? See that? See that? Boom. See that? Where it clips like that? Boom. Like that. So that's how it is. This is really, really fast stuff. And we've got some screws. Where are the screws? Let me get the screws. And we have the screws here. You've got different screws. You've got big ones and little ones. There's two big, two little ones. So we're going to get the big ones. Got the cranks back here. Get the big one. Like big maggots. Alright, so find a big maggot hole. There's a big maggot hole here. So there's a little maggot, big maggot. And this is a big chunky maggot. It's going to go in like that. Alright, big maggot. And the threads are in the chainring inbuilt. So there you go. Then you just tighten those up to about 5 Newton meters, so not a lot. And you'll need a torque, little Torx key, 30. Size, it's like a 30, Torx 30. I prefer Allen keys myself because everyone's got Allen keys. Not everyone's got Torx. But yes, anyway, I'm going to fiddle with that. And that's how it should look. I'll show you in a sec what it looks like. And this is a finished product. Big, small. The wave. Alright. Big, small wave. Flip it over. We can see the patterns on the inside. We can see that the spaces, remember those spaces? They're on the inside now. They're in there. See that? Sort of, this Canon camera is not so good for the macro, but you can sort of see those little spaces in there. There we go. So the spaces, the inbuilt spaces are in their spaces, those little nodules, those spaces. So you go smooth here, spacer inside. Is that clear? Are we clear on that? Are we crystal clear? We're crystal clear. Just again, pattern, beautiful pattern on the outside. We've got the wave in the top right where the Dura-Ace logo is, or the 105 or Ultegra. Inside we have the smooth finish. Oh, that you got to touch. It's still very, very smooth. That's beautiful to touch. Spaces inside. All right, there we go. Space Cadet inside. Space Cadet outside. No. Space Cadet inside. Nodule. That was a little nodule there. My thumb is under the crank. Let's double check. Quality control. 105. Yep. Durianrider craftsmanship. #1 mechanic in my world. Nodule behind the crank. There we go. That's you. How do you install your absolute black subcompact cranks, chainrings rather? Beautiful. Let's do the weight test. We know these chainrings are light. Let's do the weight test here. So we've got 488 105 versus the latest Dura-Ace 488. So about 50 grams difference. 50 grams saving between the Dura-Ace and the 105 in terms of the right hand crank. There you go. And I'll pair these with a Stages power meter because it's the lightest power meter on the market. Beautiful. Isn't that pretty? Ain't that pretty?
Carbs, carb the fuck up, motherfuckers. Carb the fuck up. Corn, rice, potatoes, yams, bananas, mangoes, dates, plantain, melons, blueberries, blackberries, mulberries. Get them motherfucking carbohydrates in. Go vegan, motherfuckers. Carb the fuck up, the fuck up, the fuck up.